Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. And you know what, boys, I'm very fucking happy. I'm a very happy man. Why wouldn't you be happy to be a Liverpool fan right now? Yes, we have been getting injuries left, right and centre, but we are still top of the league and top of the Champions League group stage. It doesn't get better than that. When you talk about Liverpool Football Club, Liverpool fans are at their happiest when we are at, not even at our best, but when we are the best. And I think Liverpool fans are even more like more entwined with the club right now because they know that they're going through shit and the club is still going through it without the fans. So it's like, this is literally them. This is literally Jurgen Klopp and his men proving that they can do this without us, even though us Liverpool fans consider ourselves the best 12th man in world football. I would agree with that. Now, I wanted to start off the video on a positive note because we're here to talk about two players. One that I love massively, who I consider a club legend, in Bobby Firmino, and a new signing who has literally probably had the best start to a Liverpool career more than anyone, and I'm including people like Mane in that conversation and Salah in that conversation. Now, he's only played a couple of games, but Diogo Jota has been absolutely immense. And I'm here to talk about that today because I got into trouble in my last video, and it's from Ian. Ian, if you're watching this, thank you so much for watching the Redmond Roundup. Thank you so much for pulling me up on this, and I just want to make myself clear to you, my mate Ian, because I feel like you might be a little bit angry with me, which is absolutely okay. I always say to everyone who watches these videos that you're alright to do that. Now, basically, boys, also, if you're wondering what this video is, this is like a kind of one-off Redmond Roundup where I answer your questions. It'll be one comment, but when I want to answer it in detail, I'll do like a one-off video. Let me know if you like the one-off Redmond Roundups. A proper, longer episode with news and stuff of the Redmond Roundup will be out tomorrow morning. But let me show you how I got into trouble with Ian. So Ian says this: hello lad, listen, it's just my opinion, but I think it's about time we all started to stop mentioning Bobby Firmino every time we talk about Diogo Jota. They are two different types of players, and we wouldn't be where we are without Bobby Firmino. Let's start giving the fella the support he needs from us instead of wanting him out and the team every fucking day. I hope you are okay, lad. So now he ended that question with a nice sort of, I hope you are okay, lad. But I do feel like he was aiming that at me a little bit. I felt like he thought I was disrespecting Bobby Firmino in my instant match reaction and in my player ratings. So, and I think he makes a great point in that we shouldn't be mentioning Bobby Firmino every time there's a Diogo Jota conversation. I want to talk about my thoughts on Bobby Firmino in this video, and then I want to talk about my thoughts on the situation between them two and who I think we should see start going forward. So with Bobby Firmino himself, Ian, I think he is a absolutely world-class player. I described him at the start of this video as one of the best players in world football, if not, probably at one point the best player in this team. He's a club legend. He has won a Champions League, a Premier League. He was a huge part of us winning that Club World Cup. People can say what they want about that trophy, but that's a trophy that I really wanted Liverpool to win. It gave us the sentence, the champions of England, champions of Europe and champions of the world, for the brief time that we were able to say it. Bobby Firmino was just everything and more. When you look at Bobby Firmino, we talk about Sadio Mane being the first piece of the puzzle and shit like that, which is very true because that was Jurgen Klopp's first proper upper echelon signing. But Bobby Firmino, boys and girls, he was literally there before Mane. He was there before Klopp came in. Remember, Bobby Firmino was bought by Brendan Rodgers, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not mistaken in that because I look silly if I do say that, but he's boss. He's actually a really good footballer, and he's done that since he's came in. And when he did first came in, some people were saying, what does he add to the squad? And then we saw when he started getting, July 2015, I had to look that up to make sure, do you know what I mean? So July 2015, he joins Liverpool. And ever since, he's just not looked back. Now, over the past year and a half, his performances haven't been as up to scratch. Or should I say since the 17-18 season, which was his peak. I think he got 27 goals that season in all competitions, which is fantastic. But it's like, just because he's had a little bit of a dip since then, and you can contribute to that to whatever you want, it's evident recently he hasn't been playing as well, but you've still got to give him the respect and love. So, with this dip in form and these lack of goals happening from Bobby Firmino, that's been raising eyebrows from the Liverpool fans. For the first few months, 6 months or so, weren't getting mentioned. I feel like it feels like a longer period of time because we had that little spell where football was gone, sort of. I think since the lockdowners came back, he's scored maybe 2 goals. I haven't done any stat checks for this video, and quite frankly, it's because I didn't really want to, because I'm here to just come up with a conclusion about this Bobby Firmino and Diogo Jota situation. So, that's all fine. That's all good. Diogo Jota now comes in. Well, actually, before we talk about Diogo Jota, let me make one last point about the Bobby Firmino situation. So, because he hasn't scored a goal since he's came back from lockdown, some people have started mumbling, we need a goal scorer. So when Timo Werner was available in the summer, people were saying, go and get Timo Werner and we'll move Bobby in the 10. That'll make this before we got Thiago, before all of that. And I thought that made sense, and I was up for that, because I think we do need to see, and I still think that we need to see a change in Bobby Firmino's system. He's not a number 9, he's not a striker, he's done well there, but it's like now either people have caught him out, or he's just not as good in that role. Maybe he's just more... You do see how much he tracks back, do you know what I mean? He does so much of it that he's not even in the final third, whereas Diogo Jota, when you look at his game against Atalanta yesterday, he was always in that final third. So with that being said, I will move on to Diogo Jota, because that was the other person mentioned in this comment. Even the Haaland reports the other day, they've all just gone away completely since this performance from Diogo Jota, because he's been world class since he's put on a Liverpool shirt. Now, Ian made a great point in his question as well. Every time Firmino's brought up, now Jota is brought up in the same sentence. I agree with the group of people who bring up Jota all the time to be in the first team, because before the Atalanta game, he weren't even looking like that he was going to get into the team, and it kind of came across that Klopp had a sort of favouritism towards Klopp, which would only make sense. Towards Firmino, sorry, Klopp had a favouritism towards Firmino, and he wouldn't drop him because of that favouritism. I was interested to see if that was true, and then yesterday that was proven to me that it weren't, and even in the post-match interview and stuff, these players know it's for the team, so I don't think it's a case that we're pushing Bobby Firmino out. But I do hear what Ian is saying, because there is Liverpool fans out there using terms that I'm not a big fan of, and this is where the point of the video is going to be made. I am not a big fan of Liverpool fans discrediting everything Bobby Firmino has done for the club just because of a few bad performances over a season and a half. I'm not just going to let a bunch of Liverpool fans create this narrative that Bobby was always this crap non-goal scoring, non-trying, hard working attacker. I don't think anyone tries to paint him out to be them 3 exact attributes specifically, but you get what I mean. What I'm just trying to offer to you is Bobby Firmino should never be spoke about like the way he's being spoke about now. He should never just be cast away, and Ian's 100% right, and Ian, this is where I come on your side. We need to back Bobby Firmino. We need to support him. If anything, if we don't support him, that only says the type of fans that we are and that we are as a fan base. That's not good enough. This is a club legend. This is someone who will go down in history. Firmino, when Coutinho left, Firmino stayed, and he could have left as well, because even though we looked like we were going on the up, we still looked like that we needed a few more pieces. Firmino stayed. If he ever went, that would have been a problem, and he was huge to us in that 17-18 season, and he's been huge ever since, and I love Bobby Firmino with all my heart. So Ian, if it came across in any way, shape or form that I was disrespecting Jota, I was disrespecting Firmino by always bringing up Jota, that was not the case I wanted to infiltrate. That was not what I wanted to portray. But I do understand why you've brought it up, because it's true. It's every time we talk about Jota, even in my live match reaction, I'm going, it's heavy for Firmino, isn't it? It's fucking ruthless. You can't do that. Slap on the wrist to me. Can't do that. Firmino's out of form. You can say that you want him dropped. That's absolutely okay. But don't disrespect what is a Liverpool legend in Bobby Firmino. And whether you agree with me or not in whether he's a Liverpool legend, then I don't really care. I think he is. And I think the only reason you're going to say he's not is because of recency bias. So that's all right. I've came up with my conclusion there. So that's my piece on Firmino. But Diogo Jota, even though I don't want us to completely remove Firmino out of the equation, obviously he deserves absolutely every ounce of praise that he's been given, and I hope to see him in this Liverpool team going forward, and that he doesn't get dropped because he's looking on fire. And until he shows me otherwise, Diogo Jota for the number 9 position, because the fluidity between that front three yesterday was fantastic. And however you get Firmino back in that team is how you get him back, whether that's number 9, number 10, in the midfield somewhere, anything. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Again, let me know what you think about these one-off Redmond roundups. Tomorrow morning, be on my channel for around 10 o'clock, because there will be a Redmond roundup episode with news, with a debate of the day, with your comments at the end. So any questions you want answering, get them down below, so I'll answer them at the end of tomorrow's video. But if you did enjoy this one, leave a like, leave a subscribe. And I thought it was important to do a full video on the Bobby Firmino and Diogo Jota situation, because it's been, like I said, the biggest topic between Liverpool fans at this current second. So get interactive in the comments down below, because you know I love it. I'm going to be replying to your comments as well, or at least liking them. So make sure you do so. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.